What's up guys, welcome back to Finance to Fly. My name is Luke and I'm here to help you elevate your travel while minimizing your spending. Today we're going to be reviewing the Air Canada's Aeroplan Chase card. So like most airline cards out there, it has a $95 annual fee, and for the sign-up bonus you can earn 75,000 points after 4,000 spent in the first 3 months. And then sometimes they'll have an increased offer where it includes an extra 25,000 points after spending $20,000 in the first 12 months. For earnings rates, it has a pretty solid offering, especially for an airline card. You're going to earn 3 points per dollar spent on Air Canada, grocery, and dining, and then 1 point per dollar spent everywhere else. You'll also earn 500 bonus points for every $2,000 spent per calendar month, up to 1,500 bonus points. So what are some of the benefits of this card besides the basic travel and purchase protections that it can offer? Well, you got no foreign transaction fees. You and up to 8 companions will get the first check bag free. You get a global entry / TSA pre-check credit, and for the year you get the card, and then next year you'll get Aeroplan's 25K status. This will help you with upgrades and boarding on Air Canada flights. Last but not least, and probably the most valuable perk on this card, you'll get a 10% transfer bonus from Chase to Aeroplan, and this is a solid 10% year-round. And this is only when you transfer 50,000 points or more, and it has a max of 25,000 points. So pretty much you can transfer 250,000 Chase points over to Air Canada per year and get an extra 10%, and it's back down to the normal rate. And this is great to stack up when you have a 20 to 30% transfer bonus to Aeroplan. I mean, it turns from 20 to 30 to 30 to 40% transfer bonus, and that makes it really well, especially if it's a 40% transfer bonus. So what is this card worth? Well, you're paying $95 in annual fees for the earnings rates and the sign-up bonus. You get those free check bags, which is worth $30 at least per way. So worst case scenario, you only check 1 bag per year on a round trip ticket, saves you $60 there. And then you get the 10% bonus miles on transfers up to 250,000 miles. I think that's your biggest value that you can get worth out of this card. I mean, and that's only $250 if you do hit that threshold every year. So if you don't hit that threshold every year on the transfer bonus, you're probably not gonna get the $250 out of value. So pretty much your $95 annual fee is going to subtract out about $60 very conservatively for checked bags. Obviously, if you're checking bags on Air Canada once a week, it's going to get you a lot more value, right? Or with a large group of people. But because we like to conservatively estimate it, it's going to be only $60, $30 each way on a round trip ticket. And then you're going to get, let's say you get half of that $250 just because you might not always transfer 250,000 points over to Air Canada's Aeroplan. That'll end you up with $185 in value, which means you're getting about $90 ahead in value on this card per year. Now for some redemptions, and to show you how far Air Canada's Aeroplan points can take you, we're going to show you some super long haul itineraries. For the first redemption, we're going to be heading from San Francisco to Melbourne, Australia. Business class can be extremely expensive on flights like this, especially with points, but if you find a way to loop around, instead of going straight from San Francisco to Melbourne, you can take a stopover in another city in Australia and only spend 87,500 miles and about $80 in taxes and fees. This is much better than that $4,000 price ticket for that same business class ticket. By using points instead of cash, you get a 4.5 cent per point rate, which you get from taking the cash cost minus the taxes and fees and then dividing by the points amount. That's overall a very good cent per point value. Next, we're going to be flying from Buenos Aires, Argentina, all the way to Dubai. This will be booked on Ethiopian Airlines and is part of one of those Fifth Freedom routes. Pretty much you'll be flying from Buenos Aires to Sao Paulo to Ethiopia and then on to Dubai. Cash cost, this is going to run you around $3,400. Meanwhile, with points, it only costs 100,000 points and $100. It gets you a nice 3.25 cent per point value. And if you get that elevated sign-up bonus to get the whole 100,000 miles, that means those 100,000 miles are worth $3,000, which is a pretty good value for your sign-up bonus. Lastly, we're going to head back to Australia, this time from somewhere else. It's going to be flying from Istanbul, Turkey. Probably the best way to book this will be to book from from Etihad's business class from Turkey to Abu Dhabi and then all the way to Australia. This will only cost 110,000 Aeroplan points and about $80 in taxes and fees. This is better than that $2,900 cash cost and gets you a 2.5 cent per point rate. It's not the best value, but it's still pretty good, and the best part about all three of these redemptions, you're paying pretty much $100 or less in taxes and fees, and that is a huge caveat when it comes to points and miles. You can redeem with Air France Flying Blue for like 20,000 miles each way going to Europe, but you're paying $150 to $200, maybe even $300 each way in taxes and fees. The fact that there's no taxes and fees make this program great. So what are my thoughts on this card and who would I think this card is for? Well, it's a solid card, but it doesn't have many perks to keep you holding it unless you are a frequent Air Canada flyer. Because of those check bags, it can save you a ton of money, but if you're never checking a bag, it's really not that much in value. It's a solid option with solid earnings rates, and you have a really good sign-up bonus, 75,000 miles, but there's really no reason to hold this card after the sign-up bonus unless you are flying Air Canada's Aeroplan or you are transferring bonus points over to Air Canada from Chase Ultimate Rewards at least 100,000 points each year, because you want to get that 10% to equal more than the $95 annual fee. If you are just holding this card to transfer points over to Air Canada with an increased rate, you need to transfer at least 100,000 each year to break even by $5, since 10,000 points is valued at $100 on a low end. If you're transferring more, that's great. If you're transferring less, definitely not, especially if you're not flying on Air Canada's Aeroplan, because the check bags won't affect you. You can get a TSA pre-check credit every other card, but the main reason to hold this card is the 10% bonus and the free check bags. I know I thought about holding this card myself, but frankly, I don't earn enough Chase points or have enough Chase points to transfer 100,000 a year, and I do so many other redemptions, it kind of just locks you into this perpetual having to transfer into Air Canada's Aeroplan points instead of being able to use other programs, because you want to take advantage of that 10% in order to earn back that $95 annual fee. So who do I think this card is for? Well, like I said, if you fly Air Canada a solid amount, you're probably going to be happy with this card, especially because you'll get those free check bags. 8 people, not including yourself, is a lot of people to check bags for. If you were to check bags for all 9 of those people, it's $270 each way on a round trip ticket. That's $540 in savings. That's pretty good value. But if you're not checking bags with Air Canada's Aeroplan, it's not going to help you that much. Who else do I think this card is for? If you have a ton of award trips coming up and you know you can only book these tickets through Air Canada's Aeroplan, you're flexible on your dates, you're able to find the stuff through Air Canada, you might as well take the extra 10% bonus points when you transfer your Chase points over. It can help a lot. I mean, 25,000 points, if you add that up over 2 years, that's almost a business class ticket to Europe one way. And that's only because Air Canada has solid award rates. If you learn the program, if you know how to use their points to make sure you're getting a good value for them, then yeah, you can get those 10% extra points and get a lot of value out of them. If you can't transfer over 100,000 Chase points per year to get the 10% transfer bonus, if you can't get any free check bags per year, then getting this card for the sign-up bonus and then closing it after a year of holding it is not a bad idea, but still it does affect your credit score eventually down the road. Either way, you should only get this card if you can take advantage of those 10% transfer bonus and the check bags. Anything else, I would look at maybe another card, maybe something with transferable miles, Amex Platinum, a Chase card, something like that, where you can transfer those points to Air Canada's Aeroplan if you need it. All in all, I know I just went in circles for the last 2 minutes, but I want to know, what do you think? Do you have the Aeroplan card? What is something you would change on it? Do you like it? Do you like how it's structured? Do you make redemptions with Air Canada's Aeroplan? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you could hit that like and subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, have a great day.